Hello everyone! Hi, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome! I didn't check the sound again. Give me just 1 second and I'll check. Give me just, there we go. Yeah, it's fine, it should be fine. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome Ranker, welcome Rited, welcome Morita Kanashi, welcome Tiberian, welcome you guys. Hi! How's everyone feeling? I hope it's going great. Good news. I do not hate what we had done before. You know, there's always that fear that as soon as you open something that you haven't seen for a couple of days that you're gonna hate it, but it's not happening. Thankfully it's not happening. We're still feeling good about it. So that's good. Just that's good news. I did a tiny little bit of a checkup of like correcting the arm mostly. You know how like last time I said that the arm was not fine for me in my opinion. Now I think that it's good. So hopefully we finish this one because I have so many other attacks that I want to do, and at this rate, unless I actually start doing drawing, I'm not gonna get anywhere. Which is very annoying. Yummy! Yo, Yummy, hi, how are you doing? It's been so long! Following my schedule of my TEFL certificate. I started it 38-ish hours ago and I have only managed to clear 45 hours. Are you kidding me? You have done more hours in the certificate than the hours you've actually put into it of real time. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Don't doubt how well you're doing because you're doing amazing. They had me plan out a class as written test, wasted like 3 hours on this because I needed to be 100% correct. Well, you're making sure that everything is 100% correct. So, you know, don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up over it because you are doing something. You're going at a great pace and you're doing something that's not easy and you're doing it right. And that's why it's taking longer. Sanja! Hey, Ellie, have a nice stream. And yeah, I'm Witch. Oh, Witch! You know, I was going to ask, actually, because I discovered, you know what? I'll ask on Discord later. What are we doing? Oh yeah, I'm grabbing my tablet. And I'm just going on and starting with this. Hola, Ellie, just say my last hello before I leave tonight, tomorrow early morning. Hey, enjoy the trip, enjoy Hawaii, and have a good cold drink in the hot sand for me, okay? Enjoy it how I would. Enjoy it for me, Cookies. You are going to be living out my fantasies of being hot in the beach instead of cold in this apartment. Right, where was I? I was here. You know what? I think I'm fine with the shoes. I think I'm fine with the boots. Boots is the word I was looking for. It's not the best. It's not even that accurate to what the drawing says, but I have to just keep moving. I can't just keep getting stuck on these little bootsies here. So I'm gonna have to like disregard my feelings about what's wrong with it and just like go. Like no time to fix, only attack. No time to do good, only do. You know, that's going to be the focus of today. I really want to finish this attack and be able to move to the next one. I already have one attack that is half done because it's the first time that I'm gonna be doing a drawing that is like two people interacting with each other. Like they're just holding hands, and even that I'm struggling with. It's something new. Like one of the things that I do in Artfight is I do like to experiment quite a bit with my skills and what I can do. And this time I was like, okay, why not do a two-character interaction? And the reason why not is because it takes a lot of time, because I'm trying to figure out how to actually do it. And I'm still struggling to finish it, and it's not great. It's not great for my attack schedule. I'm gonna catch up with the chat because it's already already zooming through. Just hope it's not as hot as here. Well, you're going to at least be in an island, right? I think Hawaii is an island. So you get to go to the beach, and the cold air of the sea makes any amount of heat a lot more bearable. So you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. I know that you're gonna be okay. Just enjoy it. Enjoy. Ian Alejandro Gomez, welcome! How are you doing? Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. I have an idea for a waifu. A Nanuxsaurus. Let me just Google something real quick. Maybe not this specifically, but... Oh, it's a dinosaur! Yeah, I would dig that. I think that would be cute. Sketch is looking nice, thank you! Oh, Yomi, that means the world coming from you. I seriously mean it. That means the world coming from you. You know that I admire your art a lot. Okay, so... anything else that I would need to fix? Well, I need to finish this boots here. The bootsy. And also, please tell me I didn't draw on the wrong layer. One of these days I'm gonna have an entire stream in which I don't draw in the wrong layer. It's gonna be a miracle. Everyone's going to cry. Everyone's going to weep. We're all gonna be emotional over it. Let's curve this a little bit more because it's a little bit too straight. And a little bit more here. Okay, and the other boot. I didn't finish. Oh, and also the crosses. Yep. Gonna do one cross and leave it at that. And then this side, we're gonna struggle. And then on this side, we are going to not get something we like for a bunch of attempts. No worries, it's looking good. Keep going, thank you! I'll enjoy for you and send you lots of pictures. Feel free to do so. But if you're sending pictures, try to make sure that you're not, like, doxing yourself. I think it's a good plan. Attack as much as you can and show them who's the boss. What I really wanted to do when I started this year's Artfight, what I wanted to do was to just make sure that I can improve from last year. Last year I had 5 attacks in total. And this year I would really like to be able to have at least a little bit more than last year. Oh, that sock is not okay comparing to the other one. The boot is also too long. I think maybe if I just make this one a bit higher, that would work better. Maybe? I don't know. So yeah, last year I had 5 attacks in total. This year I was hoping for like 8-ish. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen based on how badly I've done so far, and it's already halfway through the month. But I am putting out more quality than last year, I think. I really think I've improved on the quality, if not the speed. So maybe that can be my improvement for this year. Okay, so that would be the boots, and I think the arm is fixed. Last time it was a disaster. I think now it's kind of fine. At your usual rate, you'll have this done 3 months from now. Well, good thing this is not going at my usual rate. Just wish you best of luck with Artfight. I'll miss you a lot, but we'll be back next week. Yeah, you'll be back, and the videos are gonna be there for you if you wanna watch them. And also, you're gonna be resting, so that is incredibly valuable. And, you know, it's fine to miss like your daily life, but also take advantage of the special circumstances. Do take advantage of the special situation. And we also need it here. It's just that I hadn't done it here because I don't think that... Maybe this hand is fine. Maybe. I just need to actually finish. Once I actually finish this hand, it's probably gonna look significantly more decent. I wouldn't say better, but I would say more decent, because hands are hard. Okay, so hands. Oh yeah. Hands are a thing that exists. And now we have to take into account. I know a guy that only does chibi, but I think he'd be great at Artfight. Even though chibi's not a lot of points, he takes like 10 minutes to summarize the stream. Hey, if you can do like a billion attacks, you end up getting a lot more points than doing... Actually, the way I do Artfight is probably not the best team-wise, because I'm pretty sure I would get a lot more points by drawing faster, sketchier things instead of finishing actual drawings. I'm pretty sure I could serve my team better if I did a lot more sketches instead of a few full finished stuff. Like, I could probably submit it like this. I could probably submit this as a dirty sketch and get enough points and keep moving forward. But especially when I find characters that I really, really like, I kind of want to enjoy it, you know? I kind of don't want to rush it and do it poorly. Why am I cleaning the lines? I intend to redraw them later. Okay, just focus on the hand. I'm fixing the lines because I'm not looking forward to fixing this hand. That's why I'm doing it. I'm procrastinating. I know myself well enough to understand that that's just procrastination because I don't want to deal with this hand situation. But I can't just keep doing that. What is this, by the way? Oh, the original one. We can delete that. We can just take it down to the bottom. It's fine. What is this? This is nothing. This layer is literally empty. Okay, what is this? Also empty. Cool. Cool. I just have a bunch of trash in here. Okay, so... yeah, that's fine. That's looking fine. Okay, so... Hand. Lock. Dividing by half. This should be the first two fingers. So if this was the first two fingers... I hate drawing hands so much. I hate drawing hands with a passion. And then this would be like, I don't know, whatever comes next. And if I delete this right now, and I have that is a fingery-do. That is another finger. Is this looking decent? Probably not. But you know, it's a start. It's a start. Knuckle. Ah! Okay. You could stand to turn the BGM down. Okay, let me... Is that better? Keep going, Elyssia. Never let that stop you from drawing. I personally wish I could draw. All I have is inspiration, but no skill, no drawing skill or time. Well, you know, drawing skill is something that you can practice literally your entire life. Don't feel pressure to, like, get good at it right now, and don't feel pressure to actually get good at it at all if you're dealing with other stuff, or if your hobbies are elsewhere, or if you're, you know, like, not everyone needs to draw. It's fine. But I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm glad that you enjoy my style. I lost you guys. I lost the chat. Wait, where is it? Here we go. Oh, I'm stupid! I forgot to put my phone as my second window! Just 1 second. I'll be with you in a second. I'll be catching up with the chat in a second, a lot faster. Okay. Actually, I don't think we have many dinosaur VTubers around, do we? I think I've seen one, but I could also be confused and it could be like a cave woman instead of a dinosaur. I don't truly remember. If snakes are worms, are dinosaurs all worms with legs? Well, snakes are not worms, so that's a good thing that, that we don't need to consider that question. Snakes ain't worms. So, there, solved. Is that sausage? Is that a decent finger? Doing fingers is so hard. Doing hands is so hard. Why do people need to have hands? Why do we need hands? Can we have, like, super flexible tentacles or something? Oh, it's looking so bad! Okay, back to the drawing board. Let's try a different approach. Let's try fixing what we have here. This is not terrible. This is not terrible. This would be a finger. Right, and this coming from under it doesn't look too bad. But now we do have to figure out how it connects to the hand, and that's where the problem starts. That's where the problem really starts, because then it gets obvious that I know what I'm doing. Then it becomes really clear that I don't know what I'm doing with this hand. But, you know, we have to keep going. We have to keep going with it. We have to trust in the heart of the sketch. It's not too easy to trust in it, honestly, because it's looking very bad. It's looking pretty bad. Actually, I don't think we have... Yeah. I'm 100% confident that dinosaur bones are the origins of dragons. Explains why each part of the world thought of them, and so often the head is the same shape. So I would say they are dragons. That makes sense. That does make sense. That I would not doubt you if you were to tell me that with authority, and I would be like, oh yeah, that's totally. But then I would do a random, not a random, but like a fact check. Because it is very important to always check your sources. Okay, that's ugly. How is that? That's better, significantly. I mean, maybe not that significantly, but I feel like it's better. Yeah, I feel like that's better. And, shit about that. You're pretty much on course for one of your usual drawings. No, I really am not. I really am not. I know that it doesn't, it's not as easy to see the... It's not as easy to see the course of my process the way I see it. That's so ugly. This is so ugly. Why? Why do I have to struggle so much drawing hands? I hate it. I hate it! I hate it like a lot. Maybe you can... Maybe my problem is that I'm trying to do something in Artfight that I don't have the time for. Okay. Got it. Solved. Fixed it. You know how? By just drawing a hand position that I can trust in. That I know that I can kind of pull off. Something more like this. That's gonna be easier. It's gonna be easier and it kind of fits. Okay, good. Go, 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 go. Okay, so first I do the thumb. Then I do the little thingy here. Then I just wanna have this hand done. So that I can just move on Because once I finish this hand, this one is nothing. This one is like, it's already done. I fix the little thumb there and... yeah, and that's it. It's done. It's easy. It's not a problem. This one, however... it's a little bit better. I will be off for a bit. May catch the VOD after I wake up. Again, keep going, Elyssia. Thank you so much, Delphin! Whatever you're doing after this, I hope it goes great! And this is a very old message, isn't it? They're already gone and I already kind of like missed my chance to say anything to them, didn't I? Maybe that will be easier. Hold on. Am I doing it wrong? No, that is where the thumb goes. That is the right side. Actually, that's fine. Yeah, that's better. You know what? That's better. I'm gonna fix that. Adios, cookies! It's very nice looking drawing though. Thank you! Ooh, drawing again. Good to see more of your cute art in the works. Thank you, Mr. Brenda. Welcome. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Empty layers. I do those a lot too. Yeah, it's like I know that I made it for something. I know that I made this layer because I had an intention with it. And then it just like I moved on to something else probably and didn't even remember that I had done it. So whatever it was made for, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't fucking matter. I swear to God, this hand is my nightmare. The other one came out so easily as well. With the other one I did it so much faster, and with this one I'm like really struggling. I wonder if I have any references that could help me in this very specific moment, in this very specific idea. Maybe more of a side hand like that is, it's like, it's not cute, but it's decent. It's not like the cutest, but it's the most decent. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah, it's more decent. I think we're gonna go with that. Like the side hand. We still need to do a lot of fixing, but it's whatever. My favorite is when I have 20 layers and one of the empty ones has a single black dot on it. Then I waste 20 minutes looking for it. I swear that's the worst. That is the absolute worst. I know exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, that sucks every time. Meanwhile, me trying to draw skin being ripped off a face. Oh God. Why? Just one question, Ritish. Why? I know. Horror and Eldritch horror is like your thing, but wow. Oh gosh. That's something you can draw if you need to, I guess. You could use pizza as an inspiration. I'm so lost at what I even mentioned about that. What did I say that ended up with pizza as an inspiration? By the way, the other day I saw a drawing of someone who drew like a burger lingerie, and I swear to God I had never seen something so funny in my life. That's an exaggeration. Of course, it wasn't that funny, but it was also like, who thought of this? And who thought it was a good idea? And why? That's the main question. Like, why? I'm struggling. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm struggling. That's awful! I wish I could just move on from this. I swear, if I don't end this stream because of this stupid hand, if I don't finish the drawing this time around, just because of this stupid hand, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so annoyed. I really want to post this today or tomorrow at most. I really want to be able to post this like tomorrow at the latest. Okay. Okay. I need a reference. It's just that it's very hard to find the specific reference you're looking for. That's a better thing that I will ever draw, so nah, that's not true. We need hands to pet the Ellie. And yes, why do people need hands is a question that I ask many, many times. I mean, no, I understand why we need the hands, but it's so annoying to draw. They're so annoying to draw and I hate them so, so much. Also, wow, I'm freaking behind on chat. I am way too far behind on chat. I think the VTuber you're thinking of is an anthropomorphized dinosaur. Maybe. I'm telling you, just draw mitten hands. I wish this character had mittens instead of hands. That would make it so much easier. But alas, we're not going to cop out that way because we're like respecting the character. I'm gonna speed run through the comments. I always hear for artists that hands are hard to draw. I'm not an artist, so I can't understand, but kind of funny how universally hated it is. I mean, here's the thing. It has a lot of components and moving parts, and realistically, the arm should be the hardest thing to draw because it's the way that the bones can rotate in the arm is very unique and very like it's going to look different regardless, depending on not just the angle it's bent at, but the angle you're looking at. And I know that you could say that about everything, but most bones bend in one way, and that's it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. This fucking arm thing has these two bones that rotate a lot, and anatomy. It's should be the hardest part. However, and I discovered that when I was trying to learn anatomy for sculpting. It was very hard to sculpt that part. However, the hands are still worse. And that's because it's a lot of different moving parts, and it's a very flat surface, but it somehow can't look too flat and not too round, and like it's very easy to make it look wrong. It's very easy to make the fingers look like sausages. It's very easy to make the palm of the hand look like, I don't know, like you're trying to draw a block of wood. Right now, this is awful. It's legitimately awful. Maybe if I... No, that's awful too. Maybe if I hint that the fingers are curled, I can get away with it. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. For the fingers to hint that they are curled, they have to look good, and they're not looking good. They're just not looking good. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just don't know what I'm doing anymore. But getting references of hands is not that easy because you're looking for one specific position in combination with the arm, and that sucks. Okay. Ah! Give her ball hands like Bomberman. Yeah, I need that. I need that. Just draw a lump for a fist. I wish. I really wish. This new hand looks great. I wonder if it will still be here when this message is read. Probably not. Hands aren't easy to draw, but if you keep shying away from the challenge, you'll never learn. I know. At one point, I learned very well, but I learned like 2 positions. I learned like 2 hand positions that were good for me, and that's it. Let me just go ahead and get myself a reference right now. Like, this is not what I wanted to do today with this art, but it's what we're having to do because it's stumping me too hard. Let me go get my board of references. I know that I have it somewhere. Hands. There we go. I do have this one big ass file that has a bunch of like hand references. The problem is that even going through all of those ends up being like something that can take a lot of time. That's hands holding something. That is... No, that's not good. Maybe something like this? No, that's too exaggerated. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe it could work. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one. I'm gonna have this one and see if it works. Well, for starters, it's not copying the image, so I have to try something else. Which is fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Where is it? I lost it! There it is. Okay. Maybe something like this could work. Right? Kind of? Kind of? Could something like this work? Like it would have to come from here, then down. And this would have to be very, like, bent. And the hand would come out of here. We would focus on this finger. The thumb would come down here. And then this side we would have just a hint of a knuckle there. That could work. That could possibly work. Let's keep reading comments. I have a friend who is an artist. I would not say she's as good as Ellie, but much better than I am. I message her every time I draw something like, does this look good? Please help. I do not understand. And that's great. That's great. Asking for like help and feedback from someone that is like the kind of, you know, artist that you are trying to become or like something like that. I have a friend who is a professional artist, like works for studios and shit. Like I've seen some stuff that would eventually become like professionally published projects and stuff. And I did ask them for help at some point. They were my go-to like resource. Because it's not the same getting feedback from someone that you trust, both as a professional and like just as a friend, than like posting it online and asking for anyone who cares to answer, you know? It's like a very different kind of feeling, a very different kind of feedback. It can help you a lot more. Is it the best ever? No. But is it serviceable? Kind of. Yeah, it's serviceable! Oh, finally! Finally I got something that's serviceable. As a hand. I got something that's kind of like decent. Oh my god. Can I finally catch up with the chat now? Can I finally focus on the chat now that I'm done struggling with that hand? Okay. Delphin is gone for a while now. Don't worry, Yelly. He asked me to let him know what you replied to him. So the message is transmitted. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I swear I can get better at answering the chat in time, but this was such a struggle, man. Such a struggle. I want to make this thinner. I have lost motivation on drawing. Andreas, I'm so sorry to hear that. But hey, listen. Take a break. Take a rest, and then whenever you're ready, do some like art block silly little exercising doodles. Just don't worry about the inspiration being gone, because it's bound to happen. Every now and then it happens, and then you just go back swinging after getting a little proper rest. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Do we have anything else that we need to like fix? Like, again, it's not the best thing I've ever done, but it's good. It's serviceable. Artfight isn't to put up masterpieces. Artfight is meant to just fight. Quick and dirty. Or maybe not so dirty, but I think this is fine. I think I can move on to the proper lines now. I think I'm gonna move on to the proper lines now. 24-hour stream, let's go! No! Hey, Elyssia, what's crooking? Crooked Gamer, hello! I know that by now it's been an age since you sent the message. I'm very sorry. But welcome, hi, I hope you're having a good day. I promise I am gonna get better at this answering thing. And thank you so much for coming. I hope you're having a good day. I'm struggling. I've been struggling for how long now? 45 minutes of dealing with one hand. I am not happy about that. I am not happy about that. The fingers in perspective on the structure and everything. It's horrible. Yomi, you are absolutely right. Oh my god, is Yomi still here? I gotta catch up with the chat. You know what? I'm gonna catch up with the chat right now. Think of it like this. If the whole body has 210 bones, 100 of those are for the hands and feet, about 25 each, making them the most complex part of the human body. Exactly. Crumpets, welcome. Hi. I hope you're having a good day. I honestly didn't quite feel like drawing for the last hour, but now that I started, the drawing is happening literally by itself. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. You know, sometimes the inertia is what gets you. I'm not putting any thought into it. It just takes shape. That's the best. When that happens, it's great. Hole, not Hulk. Damn you, I'm autocorrect. I did think it was weird that you specifically said Hulk, but you know what? I was not gonna question it. According to Way Forward, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse just became available on Switch for South America. Well, I have it in PC, so... But that's good for everyone who has a Switch. Hulk isn't wrong either. I mean, Hulk has the same amount of bodies as the rest of us. Pets you with a weirdly drawn hand. I don't think any of us artists know what we're doing. Mood! Ain't that a mood? It's fascinating and informing to me hearing about perspective like that for artist anatomy. Even though you're struggling, I think the hand fingers look nice. I'm simplifying it, but hey, they look fine. They look okay to me. Thank you. Get this. You could look at your own hand. Not in that position. It's a very weird position to look at. There's always the Doraemon hands. I should have done that. Slowest chat speeder I never. I'm doing it now! Chat slow run. No, I'm speeding up now. Kevin, welcome. Hi, hello. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Let's be honest. We're not in the slightest helping Ellie to make art on schedule. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is my job. I have to catch up with the chat. I know a lot of artists. I could shout you out if you need help. Try not to stress out, but no, don't worry about it. I'm not stressed. I have a lot of references. I was just refusing to go look for them because it's a bother. Oh man, I got up to refill the water bottle for the cat and she stole my chair. It's her chair now. Play and fight dirty, quick and dirty. Okay, cool. Kuma, welcome, hello. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. 15 plus minutes behind chat? Not anymore. You okay, Wormy? No, I'm not. I'm not a worm. You're too close, Ellie. That's funny. Okay. No worries, Elyssia. I've been working on a paint by numbers while I was waiting. Ooh, paint by numbers. I actually downloaded something to paint by numbers, pixel wise, and I'm gonna try it out whenever I have to do something. But I'm not like thinking about it, you know, when I have to do something manually but not to think about it, so that I can just do something on the side. No, the opposite. When I have to do something mentally but leaves me with like time to do stuff, so I can paint my numbers, which is not mentally draining. Yeah, okay. Hello, gum bros and gum sis! How's everyone doing? Why am I hearing human body already? Whose organs are you guys selling? We're trying to draw hands and talking about bones. Also, welcome, hi! I'm a Hufflepuff and you're a Slytherin because you are a snake. Funnily enough, I'm not a Slytherin, I'm a Ravenclaw. Also, don't try to headbutt yet. Let me just... I was trying to make sure that I could open the stream. I was a little bit late, as you probably noticed. So, oh, no, wait, I have to close it and then reopen it. I have to close it and then reopen it and then... Oh? Weird. It gave me an error. Oh? Whoop! I don't think it's working today, folks. I don't think it's working today. Unless I messed it up by doing this. Let me just quickly try this. If this doesn't work, I messed it up proper. Like I properly broke it and it's gonna take a lot longer to fix. But we're gonna try like this. Let's do one last try. One last try. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I broke it. I broke it. I'm so sorry. Congratulations, you caught up with chat. Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here. According to a quiz, I'm a Gryffindor, but you can't drag me there with a crane. Hufflepuff all the way. I appreciate that. I appreciate knowing yourself well enough that a test quiz cannot give you the right answer. Or like that you don't need a quiz to tell you because you know yourself well enough. Let's keep going with this. Now that I'm caught up with the chat. Only intelligent people can be a Ravenclaw. Are you sure you really are a Ravenclaw? Do you have 12 PhD? No, that's actually not true. Ravenclaw also is about creativity, imagination, and valuing the pursuit of knowledge more than just being knowledgeable. And also about thinking creatively. And I'm really bad at math. I'm really bad at like certain logic, right? But I am actually really good at lateral thinking riddles. And I am actually someone that really enjoys learning and acquiring new knowledge, specifically languages. I freaking love learning languages, man. I'm really hoping to start learning Korean and Japanese soon. And I know I've been saying that ever since I debuted it. I know. But it's just I haven't had the time to actually think about it. But I've been thinking about it lately, which doesn't mean anything. I know, it means nothing because I've been saying it for way too long. But well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'll keep wishing and hoping until it happens, and I think that's just the normal way things go. You say like, oh yeah, I would really like to do this, and then you don't for an age and a half, and then one day you do. And that day is great, because that day has a lot of build-up behind it. At least in my case, it definitely does. Okay. According to past experiences, you should save check. Yes, I should save. Okay. You broke it? Yeah. Rip head tats. 11 of July to 14 of July. No, I'm gonna fix it later. I just don't want to fix it on stream because I'm doing something else. And it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. Don't worry about it. But it's just not gonna come back right now. Sounds like Ravenclaw to me. It's quite a time. I plan to learn Japanese every EMVtuber ever. I do want to first learn Korean, because it's a lot more approachable, and then Japanese. Here's the thing. There are so many languages I do want to learn, but a vital part of learning a language is making sure that you will have exposure to it in your daily life. And so any languages that you want to not just learn but also retain is something that you should decide to engage with forever. And that's why I think of Japanese and Korean first and foremost, because out of all the languages I want to learn, those are the ones that I know for a fact that I would still be engaging with every single day. Then the other languages that I want to learn, I don't really know if I would keep engaging with them in a way that would allow me to actually retain them. At one point I wanted to learn German because I had this German band that I really liked, and even today the only words that I remember are the words that like were related to my favorite songs. But nowadays, if I wanted to learn, I don't know, let's put that example. If I wanted to learn German, I don't really have anything in like that's culturally engaging me in a way that I'm constantly hearing the language. So it would be very hard to retain. I also want to learn Tagalog, and that one would be easier to retain because I do have, like, the VTuber scene has a lot of Tagalog speakers, and I also do have people that I've met through the VTuber scenes that know Tagalog, so I could possibly talk to people. And then there's also Hawaiian. I would really want to learn Hawaiian. But that one, again, I wouldn't know how to engage with it. I wouldn't know how to, like, keep myself engaged with it. Okay, so that's done, and then... Yep. Okay, and then we're gonna do this. The thing about doing the lines in a different, separate, new layer is that it is going to take a while, but at least I'm not going to be focusing on lines that don't even show up. Because if I were cleaning the lines, I would probably lose track of which lines are visible and which ones aren't even going to be visible at all. So if I do it this way, I end up having a much better time with... Actually, I kind of want to change tools. which would mean deleting everything I've done. And it's very, very sad, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. If I change tools and I go with this one, yeah, that's going to be a lot easier in the long run. I don't end up liking the result quite as much when I use this tool, but it is faster. Like, significantly faster. Yep, that's a lot faster for me. Alright, so, I had outstanding lateral thinking until my primary school teacher killed it because everything had to be according to the key. Though every now and then it seems to be reblooming. Hey, lateral thinking is very hard to, Whoa, my brain had a freaking spasm. What am I trying to say? Very hard to, like... Oh my god, encourage! Okay, it's very hard to encourage in, like, formal school settings and shit because, like, it's not something that you can teach. It's something that you kind of, like... like, everyone has to reach it through their own means. So I understand why your teacher wouldn't want to, like, deal with it. But lateral thinking is great. I had this booklet. At one point. I don't even remember if it was mine or if it was lent or something. But I had this booklet that was literally just like, I don't know, 500 pages of lateral thinking riddles. And that's probably an exaggeration, but you know, that's how my brain remembers it. That's the thing about nostalgia, is that you may be completely wrong about something because your good memories of it are... Like, the fact that you have good memories with it is stronger than the actual logical, accurate memory of it. But I had this booklet that was just... I don't know, a lot of lateral thinking puzzles and riddles and stuff. I loved it. I really loved it. I wonder if I would be good at them today. Like, I wonder if I have still retained that lateral thinking, not prowess, but, you know, not talent either, but like, I was pretty good at them, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so, here we go. With this tool, everything's gonna be easier. Bam. Bam. There it goes. That's good enough. Look at how much faster I am! Except at reading the chat, of course. Okay. Everyone knows of the Chamber of Secrets and the Basilisk. Far fewer have heard of Ravenclaw's secret chamber that has a pink lamia VTuber inside. Hell yeah, that's me! That's me! How many decades is your time frame for learning Japanese and Korean? I don't know. Business Digital, welcome! Hi, hello! I hope you're having a good day! I'm sorry that I'm reading your message late. When I'm doing art, it's very, very hard to, like, catch up with the chat and keep my responses timely. But if you're still here, welcome! I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the compliment on my art, since I'm putting a lot of love and effort into it. Really appreciate it. What's my time frame for learning languages? I don't know. I honestly don't mind taking a slow path to learn, as long as I can learn it in a way that is, like, going to encourage me to keep learning. Because one of the reasons people stop learning languages tends to be like they feel... When they feel like it's dragging... Like they're dragging their feet to learn it, you know? And that's one of the most common reasons people fail to learn languages. So I don't want that to happen to me, and that's better. And I'm gonna prioritize learning in a way that feels good and not necessarily in a way that is fast. Like, I've learned a couple of words in Korean, and every time that I'm hearing a song or something and I recognize one of the words, it just makes me happy. It just makes gives my brain happy juice. And that's what matters the most. Not the fact that like, oh, I can't even hold a conversation in Korean, or oh, I can't even like say a phrase without having to prepare it beforehand. Like, yeah, that's not great, but I'm having fun with it, and that matters a lot more. Americans be like, I speak English, everyone speaks English, other languages are just occupying memory. I have met some people that were like that. I have met some people that were like that. And honestly, it's their loss. Because they're gonna have a very rude awakening when they're trying to communicate with someone and that person does not like give a shit about accommodating to their needs. It's not like a lot of people act that way as well because they don't necessarily have any impulse to travel and see the world, you know? A lot of people think that like they don't need to because particularly in the US, it's such a big country that a lot of people like are more interested in getting to know their country than getting to like go to different countries. And honestly, like that one country is a lifetime of discovering experiences because it's so big. So I understand that some people really think that they don't need it and they'll never need it. Personally, I think it's a lost opportunity because you're missing out on the opportunity to communicate with more and more people. Like, if I don't learn other languages, I'm limited to whoever can speak the languages that I can speak. But if I do learn the other languages, or at least try, then I open doors to talk to others. You know? And I really value that. Do I want to keep going with that line? No, I don't. I want to just start it and leave it at that. There we go. Just started and leave it at that. And this needs to be even less noticeable. Great. Okay. And now, okay. I have 3 languages limit, which is funny because that is also how many languages you're required to learn in Poland. When I started learning Japanese, I forgot German. No, it's because you didn't engage with the language anymore. It's because you need to constantly keep your brain like rereading and re-listening, rehearing, like recontextualizing the language. Because otherwise you just really lose the practice and everything. If I wanted to like apply for a job today that required a lot of English prowess, I wouldn't have anything to prove that I have good English because the exams that I took for certificates, for professional certificates and stuff, they're all expired. Because if you don't use a language, the prowess just poof, you know, just disappears. And when you take one of those certifying exams and stuff, they can't like promise that you have been using the language after taking the exam. So after a while, they're not valid anymore. Which kind of sucks because they are very expensive. But, you know, nowadays I think the proof matters more than the paper. In my opinion. 3 languages in every school, that's amazing. But doesn't that put pressure over students? I guess it depends on how much homework and how much weight they give to the curriculum. I mean, if everyone is required to like take 1 exam per week, that would be, or if everyone is required to end the school with a certificate, language certificate, then that would be probably a lot of pressure. But it could also just be any other subject, and that wouldn't be that bad. Alright, and Fernando! Hi, are you having fun? Welcome, Fernando! I'm sorry I'm reading your message this late. If you're still here, I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm doing, and that's what matters the most. I wasn't having fun a minute ago, and I was still struggling with the hand, but you know what? It's going good now. It's definitely going great. Everyone who speaks Tagalog is forced to learn English from an early age, so there's no point in learning it. I don't think so. I think it's a nice sounding language, and that like even if you're forced to learn a language, you can totally just stop engaging with it and forget it. You can absolutely stop it. And also, people can choose to speak Tagalog, and then I miss out. I miss out on the content. Like, one of the Niji girls, Millie, does Tagalog only streams, and one of the indie VTubers that was one of the first VTubers that I watched, actually, Kira Mori, she also does Tagalog only streams, and that's an opportunity that I'm missing by not learning it, you know? I rarely changed tools. I was doing every drawing in a different tool when I first bought a tablet, but now I just use the one I ended up liking the most every time. Yeah, I have like 2 or 3 tools that I use. For all the parts of the drawing, does not include the shading, of course. I've been looking for the puzzle books, and I have been playing with as a child. They are here somewhere, but I have hundreds of books. I do not think I would be as good at them now. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because we lose practice. With time, we just lose the practice that we had in any given thing. So, you know, that makes sense. I stopped learning Japanese because I kept translating English words into Japanese morai. It was like a mania. It started driving me up a wall. Do you mean more instead of morai? Sorry. I mean, I don't think I understand what you mean. That you started translating things. Because that's kind of like the point for learning a language at first. Then you internalize it and you like familiarize yourself with it, but that happens way later, like way later. So I wouldn't be surprised if like the first step was to just translate everything, you know? Okay, but I have one objection. When I personally visited a lot of countries, people suck. Meeting them is not a good thing. No, that's not true. There's plenty of good people to meet. Not everyone is good, of course, and not everyone is great, but I definitely can say that I met a lot of nice people. I've met a lot of nice tourists, actually. Sometimes I would catch a person. I actually have this very funny experience that I had once with a tourist. They were like talking about a book that I was reading right then and there, but thankfully I was rereading it. I was rereading that book. Wasn't my first time, but they were talking about it, and they were talking about it so loudly because like they were talking in English, and they were talking in English in a country that speaks Spanish, right? Because they were talking here. And they were talking about the ending and everything. And they were like discussing what their opinions were in the ending and stuff. And I was reading that same book, but I was rereading it. And I was on the early chapters of the book. And so the 2 people were talking. And then one of them left the bus or train or whatever it was. I genuinely don't remember. And the other one sits right next to me. And then I guess she sees the book that I was reading, because I was reading it in an ebook. So it's not something that she could notice from afar, but she did notice it when she sat right next to me. And when she saw that I was reading the early chapters of the book, and she had literally just been talking about it loudly, about the ending, And she saw that I was reading it in English, so that means that I was understanding everything that they were saying. She panicked, the panic in her face. Like, I cannot explain to you just how guilty she looked for a second. And I reassured her, like, no, don't worry, this is my second read, like, I know everything that happens, like, you didn't spoil anything. And then we started discussing the ending, and it was very nice. So you can totally meet people. Look, what if you had met me and we had talked about a book that we both read? Don't you think that that is a cool communication opportunity? Don't you think that is really neat? I think that is really neat. You do speak English at a native level. As long as you get into an interview, nobody will care. I know. Oh my god, am I that far behind again? Okay. It's speedrun time. Maurice Ditloff, if you're still here, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. You know what is annoying if you're German like me and you try to learn Japanese? It's kind of hard. Every language has their own like things that make it really, really difficult. And you kind of have to like deal with those specific things. I trust you. I believe in you. I know that you can do it. It's me again. Welcome back again, Witch, unless you're not here anymore. Reaper, hello there. I hope you're doing good. Okay, but the paper is important so companies can know if you can take on the job if you have no prior experience. Even then, a portfolio is just a bunch of papers. I know, but sometimes I feel like a portfolio matters a lot more. Most companies nowadays do not look at language certificates. Good, because mine is expired. I knew an envtuber who taught one Tagalog word a day. Maybe you could do that with Spanish. I thought of doing that. I legitimately have thought of doing that. I just never know how I want to like structure it, but I really kind of want to do that. The units of language Japanese is made of. Oh, so you did mean morae. Ah, I did not know that. Like the syllables. Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Now I understand it better. Yo, Ellie, is this finally the art stream where you don't draw on the wrong layer? Surely it's just line art and no color. I have high hopes. So far I haven't drawn in the wrong layer. So far, I've only discovered that I had like invisible layers that had nothing in them. But other than that, I have not drawn in the wrong layer, which is very good. Maybe you've been unlucky, but I do agree with you. Lots of people, generally teenagers, make fun of tourists. But some tourists are a certain kind of people. There's shitty people and there's good people everywhere, you know? Just people in general. Does not matter if they're tourists or natives. There's a small handful of good people, a lot of not great people, and plenty of evil ones. I think you need to look at the world with a lot more optimism. Not because, like, oh, it's bad for you if you do, but, like, it is... No, actually, that is exactly it. I don't know why I said that. That is exactly it. If you look at the world with a lot more optimism and a lot more hope, if you don't assume the worst of everyone right away, you are going to get a lot more opportunities to meet the good people. And yeah, sure, you're going to also get a lot more opportunities to meet the bad people. But I think, overall, I think people are good. The problem for translating words into your language is that it blocks you into thinking in your language. You don't think in the language you want to learn. You're thinking in comfort and avoid words. You know, nowadays I think more in English than in Spanish. But let me reread to make sure that I'm understanding the comment correctly. Also, Nathaniel Helsking, welcome, hi, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry that I got to your message late, but I am trying to catch up with the chat right now. The problem for translating words into your language is that it blocks you into thinking in your language. You don't think in the language you want to... Oh, because it blocks you, like... It locks you into thinking in your language instead of in the other language. I think eventually you do start thinking in the other language, but it does take a long time. Hello everybody, I'm new here, nice to meet you all. You can call me Deathel for short. Okay, Deathel, welcome, hi, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're still here when I actually, like, you know, read your comment. No, poor woman, don't worry, it was fine in the end. You don't understand immediately, and it can lead to you not wanting to learn new words. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I want to prioritize learning fun, like having the learning process be fun instead of quick. because frustration is one of the worst things for a language learner. Like, as soon as you start getting frustrated, you literally drop your learning by so much. No, please continue rambling. No, I need to catch up with the chat. Doesn't that happen only at the beginning if you're lazy? Borklins, yo, welcome. Hi, how are you doing? Also, I'm sorry, I'm rushing through the comments, but I really want to catch up. It's usually how you begin, but if you already have been through the beginning, after the beginning stages, if you're still making the same mistakes, then you need a different approach. Absolutely, 1000%. Just one little reminder for everyone, you can take a bath in the Fountain of Trevi. Is that in Italy? Actually, I'm Italian, German, Barbadian, Irish, Sicilian mix, so... But is your language German? Because I think I understood that your language is German. Kimberly Wong, welcome back! Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hi, welcome back. How many people can Ellie lift with her tail? Many. Jonas, welcome! Hi, hello! How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. CJ Miles, welcome! Bello, thank you! How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. My cousin wanted to learn English, but he's been learning English for 5 years and he's not really understood the basics. I still have to teach him some of the basics. I told him to stop using books and just watch a show he finds interesting that he hasn't seen yet and try to understand as much as he can. Well, that's interesting to me because my mom is the exact opposite. She has been trying to learn English for so long, and no matter what she tries, she seems to not like be able to grasp it. I personally think it's because she's refusing to learn with books and proper grammar. Because she, like, the way she wants to learn is like, she wants to learn like babies do, just by consuming and absorbing language. But that's not an approach that has worked for her so far, but she refuses to try and learn with like exercises and practice and stuff. And I genuinely think that's what's stumping her. Also, I finally made it to the back of the chat again, so let's try not to get her. Thank you for welcoming me. Of course, why wouldn't I? Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. And I hope you're up for watching me ramble a lot and then get lost in the chat because I was paying too much attention to my drawing instead of chatting with y'all. Because that's what's been happening for the entire day. That is what's been happening mostly. Okay, now let me just okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. Okay, let's keep going. The worst part of what I'm doing right now is the fact that I'm doing it in one layer. I am doing it all in one layer, which is a problem. In fact, I'm just gonna do a second layer right now. We need a second layer because this is going to be very hard to clean up if I make a mistake and it's all in one layer, just like what I just ended up doing. What's an Trivago? It's a website. It's a website, but I don't know where you saw that. Are you getting ads for Trivago? Trivago is a website for getting hotels when you're traveling. It's pretty well known, pretty popular in, at least in my country. I don't know if in other Spanish-speaking countries. It's actually, I don't even remember if it's Spanish or if it's English. I'm getting my languages confused. I don't remember what language the ad is in. It's very popular, that's for sure. Hotel Trivago. Oh, so it's in English. It's in English. It's not in Spanish. I was getting confused. It's definitely not in Spanish. Doing okay. You can call me Miles for short. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome, Miles. Welcome, Miles. I was about to call you Milo because, like, there's this running joke with some of my friends that after watching Morbius, we all set our names in Discord as Milo something. So I'm very sorry for that, but welcome, Miles. Not Milo. Miles. Hi. You drew so beautifully. Thank you! Thank you so much! I've worked very, very hard to improve my drawing style over the years, so I'm very, very glad to hear that you like it. It does take me a while though, so hold on to your seats. Hold on to your seats. Okay. Sometimes doing little lines is complicated for me, so I end up, like, falling silent. That's not the best. It's not the best. Something about it is not fine. Okay, so let's do it in parts. There. The break. The break. The break. I think that's probably better. That's probably better. Or not. It's a little bit better, but this one is still bad. It needs to be a little bit more curved. Like that. That's definitely gonna be better. Definitely gonna be better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I never really learned English as such. Yes, I had it in school for almost 2 decades, but I have always felt like I'm ahead of what we are learning in class. My teachers were games on the internet. Oh, absolutely. Like, I was so top of my class in English. In fact, I skipped 2 years because of how far ahead I was. Not only because I'm good with languages, like in general, I'm pretty good with languages, but especially with English, because of how much English I consume. I'm not entirely sure what those lines are supposed to be on the original drawing. I might leave them out because I don't think they look all that good. But I kind of have to have them. I just don't understand what they are. Do I have any more references of this character? I don't think I do. Trivago is a travel website. It is! I forgot that it was in English for a second. English TV shows and fantasy books was how I... Give me a second. I need to look for this bookmark. Okay, so there are more references, but they're all very vague in the chest area. They are all very, very vague in the chest area, so I'm not entirely sure how to handle it. Let me check some other drawings of other people. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever I can. I'm just gonna do whatever I can with this. Like, that's gonna have to be enough. Because I don't really understand what it is. I'm probably gonna want to fix that off stream, actually. Yeah, off stream I'm gonna want to add that little detail, however I end up doing it. I'm so kind of like focused on it, but I shouldn't be. I really shouldn't be. Okay, let's keep going with this layer. Go down to the arms. Let's keep talking. Random guy, what's on Trivago? Trivago is a travel website. English TV shows and fantasy books was how I became fluent in English as a kid. I know it better than my native language at this point. Oh, me too. That's like, my sister always complains. She's always like, well, wouldn't it be funny if you knew your own language instead of just knowing English? And it gets very annoying. It gets very, very annoying. But, you know, I'm more used to consuming stuff in English. I'm just more used to consuming stuff in English. What can I say? What can I do? Something from the Spanish-speaking community that came from an ad. Yeah, like, okay, so it is Spanish related. Like the joke is, I definitely associate it with like Latina culture, but I didn't remember the ad all that well, I guess. Maybe it's an exaggeration to say I'm at a native level, but I do not really know the book grammar. I instinctively know what sounds right. I definitely wouldn't be where I am today if it hadn't been for proper book grammar and stuff, because that is the way I learn, and that is the way, like, I notice myself learning better when I have those kind of like very strict rules that I can follow. But the moment that you finally internalize them and like it starts sounding good instead of just like recognizing the rules, that is just magical. That is the moment that that happens is amazing. Okay. School teaches only proper grammar. The rest comes from the internet. 90% of my vocabulary is from the internet. Oh, with vocabulary? Forget about it. With vocabulary is always going to be, like, always going to be the internet and the media you consume, the shows, the movies, the books, the music. Like, there is nothing more helpful for building vocabulary than just, like, consuming a bunch of content. School is going to give you the basics, but school is important for like the grammar rules. When it comes to vocabulary, no. You need to just like go watch funny videos, go watch interesting video essays, go read books. I don't know. I'm actually really looking forward to being able to like grow my Korean vocabulary, because I started learning the grammar rules, right? And I started learning that kind of thing. And what really stumped me was that I couldn't do exercises because first, it's hard to find, but second, because like with how little vocabulary I had, I ended up doing the same phrases all over again. Every time the exercises would end up looking the exact same way, being the exact same way, because I didn't have enough vocabulary to like really challenge myself, and that ended up feeling like I wasn't learning enough. So yeah, vocabulary. That was true until this week. Since now I am getting the TEFL certificate, I do need to know the proper book grammar to teach to people. Yep, that's how it has to happen. I can speak English. Good, Nathaniel. Death hell. You said death hell. Death hell. I'm doing well. I'm very glad to hear that, Kimberly. That happens with my mom too. I'm a bit sad every time she says she wishes she knew English better, but she just doesn't have the time or the fresh brain to learn it. In my case, I don't feel that bad about it with my mom, because I feel that she's just being stubborn about it. I really think that she's just stubborn, because I've told her that she needs to like sit down and practice. It's not gonna happen just from watching shows, especially with the way that my mom, like, I know the way that her mind works. It's just not gonna happen for her watching shows, because I know her. She I don't even think I could explain it, but like, you know, just when you know someone well enough, you know, I know her well enough to know that just it wouldn't work for her, and that's it. That's it. I know her well enough. Who said Morbius? It's Morbing time! I know. Ah, yes, the Milo dance. Exactly! That is exactly how it happened. Good, good. Thank you for catching it. I don't know what to tell her either. She needs to just, I mean, listen. She needs to try new techniques. She needs to try different things. The reason my mom, I feel like she's stubborn, is because like she refuses to try the grammar, proper books technique, and she wants to learn it a specific way, even though it hasn't worked for her so far in all of her attempts. So, you know, different things work for different people. I've tried doing the non-grammar approach, and it doesn't work for me. And she has tried doing the non-grammar approach, and it has not worked for her. So I'm saying like, well, Mom, you're probably like me, and your brain needs this kind of thing. But she refuses to try. I was learning English mainly in school, and around 13 started watching exclusively English side of YouTube, Let's Plays and whatnot, realizing I can understand quite a bit of what they were saying. Yeah, I wonder when I realized that I could switch to like English books instead of Spanish translations. And I think actually the tipping point for me when I started consuming all my media in English was when I was trying to discuss a book with a friend, and we were trying to discuss one of the main plot points of the book, and we realized that we weren't understanding each other because we had different names for the things that happened in the book. And I hated that. I absolutely hated that. So I ended up just learning, like, deciding to read books in English instead. Funnily enough, it's the same book from the other anecdote, the one that got me to finally start reading in English instead of reading translations. Funnily enough. Okay, so we're gonna do the arm in this one. Gonna do shoulder first, then arm. And then this one just comes like that. Okay. Start raining? Enjoy the rain. The rain is soothing in your windows. Now, when I have TOEIC exam, official communication exam or something, I scored 970 out of 990. Holy damn! That is a good score. Wow. That's an excellent grade. I think out of the group of people that took the certification with me at the same time as me, I think I was the second best at the time. And I'm pretty sure that the main issues that I had were with the listening portion of the exam, because I distinctly remember that I was trying to understand what the tape was saying when there was a dog furiously barking on the other like side of the street or something. And that's what I think was probably where I failed the most. Because why would I remember that and nothing else, right? Like, why would I remember only that little part of the exam? I don't know. Maybe it was something else, but that is the thing that I remember vividly. I think they're just decorations, but they could be the thing that the maid dress has. I think they're ruffles? I don't think they're ruffles. I mean, I really hope not. I would really struggle drawing that as ruffles. I'm learning Korean as well. Yeah, it's such a, like, it's such a nice language. And I know that I say this about a lot of languages, but what can I say? I'm a fan of languages. And also, it's great how simple the writing system is. I actually really like looking at it as well. Like, the Korean writing style, writing alphabet, is just nice to look at. I don't know how to explain it. The fact that it's all so orderly, like, it's all so well-defined in squares and blocks and straight lines and very little curved lines. And yeah, the different fonts make it, like, less nice to look at, in my opinion. But when it's like a very well organized, very straight font, oh yeah, it just gets me, man. It's just so good. I wish I knew what kind of shirt was called so I could bring it up as a reference for you. I'm sure I'll eventually figure it out. And I do have a theory or two about what kind of in real life fabric is that like supposed to represent. But I also don't know how it's called. Like, I have an idea, but I don't really know what it is. Basically, the seam down the middle is taut and pulls and bunches looser fabric. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. I think I know what you mean, but I don't know what the actual name of the fabric is. So maybe I'll pull references later. And if not, I'll just end up doing little lines like the original drawing has. And simplifying it a lot. Because at some point you have to say enough, you know? At some point you have to say enough is enough. And... okay, we're practically done with the top of the drawing. Which is good. I'm gonna just do this. This. We're gonna do this. And that, and this. And... we only have one tiny little thing to fix here. Which probably nobody noticed but me. Okay, there we go. Now, where were we on the skirt? We were here. Okay, cool. The skirt is probably going to be like the biggest issue? Question mark? Maybe not. Maybe it's gonna be easy because I did put quite a bit of effort into making sure that it was right when I was doing the sketch. So that's probably good. The people I'm most impressed by are the ones that are better at Japanese than me. And they just go, I learned it from my Oshi. Oh my god, can you imagine learning enough Japanese that you can keep picking up Japanese from your Oshi? Oh, I would love that. I would legitimately love that. Although, I have to be completely honest and say that at least 50% of my desire to learn Japanese, if not more, like, I could say that it's so that I can understand anime. I could say that it's so that I can understand my Oshis. I could say that it is because I want to communicate with people. But all of those rank second. All of those rank second against my actual reason why I want to learn Japanese. And that is because I want to be able to play otome games that haven't been officially translated. And that's that. And that's the reality. That's the truth. I don't care if that makes me a dirty, pathetic simp for 2D men and possibly, I don't know, maybe waifus. But what can I say? It's just in my nature. It is just in my nature. That's something that I cannot avoid. I think I had a big step up when I had Discord for 1 year. I spent all the time in the English servers and learned so much, both bad and good things. On the bright side, it was helpful indeed. Yeah, I mean, communicating with people, as I said, engaging with the language is like the most important thing. It's like the foundational, no, because foundation is a different thing. But like, it is the most important thing in order to learn the language properly. I've had 4 years of university Japanese and I listen to it a lot, and my Japanese is still really bad, so it's not difficult to be better than me at it, but being able to learn it this way, that's absolutely amazing. It's very admiration worth it. And I guess I really wish that could be me. I really wish that could be me. And one day it will be. You know what? One day it will be. Attitude. Make it till you break it, baby. That's the most important thing. Well, one of the most important things in life. There isn't just one important thing in life. There's so many different important things in life. Whenever someone says that's the most important thing in life, you know, there's a lot of important things in life. Maybe I could say love is the most important thing in life, but not necessarily just romantic love. Loving your family, loving your friends, loving yourself, having a good support network of people who love you, you know? All of that I think maybe it's the only thing that I could say is the most important thing in the world. But even so, there's so many other important things. I know all animals' names in Korean. Oh, that's great. I need to learn. I'm planning on starting. Like, here's the thing. I want those like little kindergarten sheets of vocabulary that have like all the colors, all of the numbers, all of the animal drawings on them, so that I can learn vocabulary. That's something I really, really, really want. You traitor, I have no washi yet. I thought I had a friend, but no, I was betrayed even before the beginning. You, random guy, you're forming a lot of very strong alliances in this community, aren't you? I got my certificate after graduation. For Korean? For English? For English? The person that did better than you must have been amazing. Oh, you mean in the English certificate? Am I really that far behind? Oh, do I have to catch up with the chat again? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Okay. Okay. Hi! Silatrex! Silatrex, welcome! Hello! I hope you're having a good day! Hi! Welcome! I haven't seen you here before. I hope you have a good time here. Straight to the point. I admire your confidence. Do you want to... Oh, well, I don't know you, Silatrex. This is the first time I see you. I wouldn't say yes to a collab without knowing you. Hi, Kimberly. Hope you're doing good. Why did you give her 3 fingers? There's 2 blown off by a grenade or something? They're behind her hand. They are behind. You don't see them because of perspective. There's like, the rest of them are like here-ish, but you don't see them. Shh. Shh. You don't see them. Maybe I'll have them later. Elyssia is pretty. Oh, thank you. Awful, but I'm here exactly to improve my movement and not affect others. Thank you for asking. Well, I really, really hope that things get better for you. I hope that your mood gets better, and I hope that your day gets better right after this. That you get a lot of better opportunities in your day. You don't even play Automus anymore. I know. I don't have the time anymore. But I really want to. I really want to. There's so many that I want to play and stuff. I learned so much from you, Elise, for Spanish. Oh, wait. What? You have a degree in Spanish? You have a certificate in Spanish? ¿Sabes hablar español? I'm like trying to be socially active, but people keep betraying me. My redemption arc just started. Give me a break. No, that's great. That's great. I think you should have a ton of allies. I really think. Yes, Elise. Oh my God, Kimberly, that's so great. So you know English and Spanish, and you're starting on Korean. And if you know more languages, you know more than me. And if you don't know more languages, then you and me, we're on the same track. We're on the same path. The endless Ellie struggle. The more caught up she is, the faster the chat talks. But I'm getting there. Do you see why lining was a job within itself in the comics industry? Oh, absolutely. I absolutely understand that. I think you'd see the tip of the fingers at least. Probably. Probably. Okay, fine. Let's do... Let's do that. It's probably wrong. It's probably wrong. It probably should be lower or something. But you know what? It's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to do because who has the patience right now? Not me. Not this girl. Who has 2 thumbs and doesn't have the patience to draw the rest of the fingers right now? This girl. Okay, that's a cute line. I absolutely understand why lining was a job all of its own, especially, like, it still is a job all of its own, but especially when you had to use actual ink and stuff, like, it definitely needed a person that would be focused on that and have a lot of expertise on that specifically. Because once you make a mistake with ink, that's it. That's it. You're done. Your entire project is done. And, well, they probably have ways to fix it. They probably did, but it's a lot of wasted time. A lot of wasted material. Save check. Okay, save check. I think it was called inking. Well, yeah, back when it was done with like real ink in the real world, in like paper and stuff, and not in the digital canvas, then yeah, it was definitely called inking. That's why we still have things like Inktober and stuff. But I'm pretty sure nowadays there are still like people who do line work as a job. Like, I'm pretty sure nowadays there's still a separation between the person who, like, I'm pretty sure the jobs that existed still do. The separation of tasks, I think, is still the same, only now everything is done digitally. But I'm pretty sure there's still a thing. I tried to make my parents happy. It didn't happen. Well, it's going to. Well, actually, even if it doesn't happen, you don't need it to be happy. The most important thing is that you are happy with yourself, and that's something that we have a lot of time for improving. We have a lot of time to become the person that we want to be. And it's always great to have like our parents happy, but it's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen. And also, it can still happen. Again, there is no deadline. There is no deadline. Everything can change as long as you're alive, things can change. For the better. Because you put... Come on! Because you put your work and your effort into things getting better. Stupid line. There you go. That's one that I liked. There we go. A peluche fell on me, BRB. Is peluche the name of your pet? Or are you talking about an actual peluche? Are you talking about an actual peluche, or are you talking about a pet? Because that sounds like a pet problem to me, and that's cute. Julian, welcome, hi, hello, how are you doing? Is it legal to throw a can full of paint to someone? I mean, it is Artfight after all. Also, hi, Elyssia, hi, Chad, how's everyone doing? How are you doing? I'm pretty sure it's not legal, especially if, like, it's the full can and it could hurt them and give them a concussion. But, thankfully, Artfighting is different than that. Welcome, hi, I hope you're having a good day. Isn't there a program that automatically inks drawing yet? Don't think so, because in inking, there's... I mean, there could be a program that does a lot of... that helps a lot with it. But there's a lot of decisions you have to make when inking. Things like line weight and all that stuff. And also a lot of people working vectors, so that they don't need to manually ink stuff, so that they can just like press a button and have the path be lined. However, when you do that, you have to spend your time, instead of manually drawing the inks, you have to spend your time creating all of the paths, and it's practically the same amount of work. In my opinion, it's even worse, actually. Maybe a problem like that could exist, but it wouldn't get the entire job done. It would get the drawing to look like, it would give you part of it, and then you would probably have to go in and do all of the line weight decisions and give it your own style. Because the thing is that line art, you can totally tell who did a piece of art by its line art. Line art can be as personal an art style as everything else in the drawing. It can have a personal and art style as everything else in the drawing. Extra points in the can explodes and covers the other person's face on paint. Well, at least it wouldn't be giving them a concussion that way, right? Right? Because that would be very problematic. That would be a problem. You would go to jail. You would assault a person and be very, very, very in trouble. Eddie's peluche means teddy in Spanish. It does, I know. But that's why I'm saying, like, if it was just like a peluche, if it was just like a teddy bear, it wouldn't be something that you need to BRB for, you know? But when he said, a peluche fell on me, BRB, I have to assume that it's not just an actual teddy bear, but like a pet called peluche, because that is adorable. I mean, aren't some pets just like a giant bear, like teddy? Aren't my dog? Well, not mine, I guess, my family's. But he's so tiny and so adorable, and he looks like a teddy. He looks like a peluche, but we didn't call him peluche. We didn't. It's kind of like a lost opportunity, to be honest. Okay, I think we're done with the first layer of the skirt. We're done with the first layer of the skirt. Now I'm going to lower the opacity so that I can do this. The hoops in the skirt. I want them to be... like, I'm doing the entire drawing kind of in order somehow. This is the least amount of layers I have ever used for line art, which, if I think about it, is going to make me nervous. So instead, we are not going to think about it and ignore it blissfully. We're going to blissfully ignore the fact that we're using only 2 layers so far. Probably gonna add at least 1 or 2 more by the end of this. But so far, we're being able to handle it perfectly. Also, I forgot this. So let's get a nice shape going on. And once I have it, I can just copy, paste it, move it, bob it, spin it, flip it. There we go. And that goes here. Perfect. Okay. Wait, I'm messing up the languages now. Peluche in Spanish is still peluche, right? The teddy bear, and yes, it fell. But it wasn't just a teddy bear! It's how she said peluche that got me wheezing. I wasn't expecting that, and I thought it meant some animal in Spanish. No, peluche means teddy, like a plushie, like a little teddy bear or something. But because you said BRB, I thought that maybe you were talking about an animal, like a cat that fell on your lap or something. That was just me jumping to conclusions, the way I thought that an animal had jumped into your lap. How am I? Yeah, there. That's better. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to add a 3rd layer. I'm already noticing. Because the star, I want to have in a different layer than the little string that holds the star. So at the very least, we're going to need one for that. This is terrible. Let's respect the thickness. There we go. Okay, okay, Ellie, I think I will start heading to sleep soon. Good luck with your 24-hour stream. See you tomorrow. Looking forward to more Shantae adventures. Yeah, see you tomorrow for more Shantae. I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a restful sleep. And I'm not going to take 24 hours. Oh my god. No, we just came off of an endurance stream. Oh my god. By the way, you guys, I showed my family the board after the other day, and I got emotional again. So this is going to last. This is going to last. The impression is going to last a long time on me. I didn't have a pet called Peluche a long time. He was fluffy, small, and he liked to cuddle a lot. Glad we were able to make his life a good one. That's beautiful. That is just beautiful. And I'm sure you did. I'm sure his life was great. I'm sure you guys gave him an amazing life. Okay. These kind of like really long uninterrupted lines can be kind of a nightmare. The curviness is what makes it kind of a nightmare, honestly. Just because like I'm someone who really cares about line cleanliness. This is something that I've heard before about my art. Like, people have told me, like, whoa, your lines are so crisp and clean. And, like, yeah, it's because I spend ages and ages and ages going back and forth at them until I have the perfect line. I'm just very, very detail-oriented about my lines. About everything, as you guys know. But with my lines especially, I feel like I need to put the extra oomph in there. Okay, that's good. I agree, Compets? Yes. Average artist. I need more layers. Artist enjoyer. Layers? What is that? Listen. I know a lot of artists that work with very little layers. I don't know how, but there's a lot of people who work with I think Yomi works with very little layers, actually. I'm pretty sure that she works with pretty much no layers. I don't know how. 5 minutes? Oh, shit. Okay. My dog does jump on my lap sometimes. It's funny, but for some reason I feel extremely uncomfortable with her paws on my tummy. Is it because of the nails? Maybe she has too long nails. Like, the nails are too unruly, and you should like get the cut. Or maybe she just puts a lot of weight onto your belly, and then it gets uncomfortable. Or maybe you don't trust her to be clean. After all, dogs are not the cleanliest. Or is it a dog? Did you say it was a dog? Yeah, dog. I think that sure can be left to artist interpretation. I think it's gonna have to. Because honestly, I don't know how to transmit the idea of that fabric, but especially given that we don't really know if it is that fabric, if it's supposed to be that fabric or not. I'm just gonna simplify it a little bit and hope that that's fine. Random guy, don't worry, I'm gentle with dogs. I trust you too. 24-hour stream, let's go, Lubella, welcome, hi! No, it's not a 24-hour stream. It is not a 24-hour stream. I legit don't think I could do that. I know that I said the same about the 5-hour stream. I know that I said like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna have the endurance for it. And I did, but 24 hours is a lot, and I'm someone who needs her sleep or else I just become extremely dumb, and I've scared some people, actually. I have legitimately scared some people with just how brainless I seem when I am, like, tired. And I also probably would be terrible at whatever I did. If I was trying to play or if I was trying to art, I would probably be terrible at it if I was very tired. I guess I would have to prepare for ages as well, because I would have to have everything food related already done and ready, because I wouldn't be able to do it for 24 hours. That's like an entire lunch, an entire dinner. Breakfast and tea are not a problem because breakfast and merienda, not tea, are not a problem because like that's 2 minutes. But lunch, dinner, so yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Ellie, don't worry, take your time drawing. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm not taking a lot of time is, and I'm like really pressuring myself to finish is because this is for Artfight, and my goal was to have like at least 8 attacks this month. And it's not happening. Like, by now, I can know for a fact that it's not gonna happen. Because I only have 1 done, 1.5 if you count this one. I have another one that is half done. And that is it. That is all I have. So at the very least, I will finish 3. At the very least, I'll finish 3. Or 4. But that would still put me under the 5 that I did last year, which is just a disaster. Granted, last year I had more time because I didn't have streaming, but that's no excuse. It's not an excuse. I got faster and therefore I should get more attacks in. And that's that. That is that. I say. But yeah, we're going to need another endurance stream to finish this before our fight is over. I think I might finish this one off. No, I'm not gonna finish it off stream, but I am gonna finish it next stream. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it next stream. I'm going to do the rest of the lines off stream. Maybe I'm gonna finish the shirt off stream probably. And like one of my ideas with this whole Artfight streams, right, was to be able to show you guys the entire process on one go. Like how does it look for me? How does the process look for me from beginning to end? And so part of that implies that if I wanted to finish it off of stream, that would be like you wouldn't be able to see some of the steps. And I know you've already seen it, but like, I don't know. I still think it would be better to just finish the lines off stream and then be able to finish the colors on stream. I think that would probably be better. But okay, given that it is already past the 2 hours, I think I'm going to finish this star and stop possibly. Not the 2 stars, not this star. Because the next after that would be to do all of the other layer of the skirt. And that would be a lot of work. So if I just do this, if I just do these 2 stars, that would be a lot of progress for today. And most of it was spent on the goddamn hand. I mean, can you imagine how farther I would have gotten if I hadn't struggled so much with that hand? Can you just imagine? I would be done with the lines. I would really be done with the lines if it hadn't been for the struggle with that hand. I mean, it's all done on here. It's looking pretty good. This is how it's looking. Personally, I think it's great. Let's delete this layer where it's pertinent. So here, here, here. Oh, do I actually want to? Yes, I want to. We're not thinking this too hard. Normally I want to, normally I make like a copy of the layer, and I make sure not to delete any lines on the original just in case I need them back for some reason. But we're not gonna do that back and forth with this drawing. This is Artfight. I'm supposed to be doing this quickly. And we're not gonna question our decisions. We're not gonna question what we did. We're not. This is just how it is. It's just how it is. And we delete that one. And we delete that one, and this one. And this is how it's going. It's very clean. It's very nice. I want to add one tiny little thing here. I want to add, pretty sure she has a ring. Oh, she has a ring in the thumb. I hadn't even noticed that. Okay. So we add one ring here. And we add one in this thumb. Would be, yeah, it would be this hand. So that thumb is kind of wacky, but I don't care. I just can't care right now. I just can't care today. So that's where we're at. That is where we're at. I'm going to try and finish the lines off stream. And then next time we can do all of the coloring. It's not going to be that difficult, I promise. I promise it's not going to be that hard. Especially because we have only like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. We have 5 colors, which means this is going to be quite easy. This is going to be quite easy. And I'm actually liking where we're at. I'm actually liking where we're at. Next time, you're gonna find me with the lines completely done. And we're gonna do all of the colors. I'm very excited to finish this one. Next time it's going to be the 21st. So this is literally one of the attacks that I started at the very beginning of the month. And like one of the first attacks that I started and one of the last attacks that I'm gonna finish. That's messy. So let's go wrap up, shall we? Let's go wrap up. I am going to tinker with the headbutt thingy again, because I think I broke it when trying to disable like the tiny and the huge things. But it's going to work, don't worry about it. I'm very happy with how the art is coming out. I'm really happy that tomorrow we have Shantae. Really happy that tomorrow we have Shantae. As you all know, one of my fucking favorite things to play. Okay. I want a dog. My parents say no dogs. Well, one day you're gonna have your own house and you're gonna be able to have a dog that you're going to be able to decide to have. So just look forward to that day. Look forward to that day. And that day you're gonna be able to have a dog. I also don't understand those people either. I can't use less than 40 layers per drawing. Yeah, man. Me too. Absolutely. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. How do you, like, here's the thing. If you don't use layers, if you do everything in one layer, when you need to fix something, you don't get to just grab something from a different layer or like, you know, or like save one of the layers, and whenever you want to erase a mistake, you have to erase it very carefully because everything else is on the other layers. Whenever you want to like paint over, you have to paint very carefully. Whenever you want to like paint anything, do any kind of gradients and shit, you have to do it carefully, not to spill onto a different layer of color. It's weird. It's really weird. It's a feeling of something small pressing into my stomach that I don't personally like. I get shivers. I understand that. I definitely understand that. I don't mind it with my dog, but then again, my dog is incredibly tiny. It's because the dog has sharp nails. That's the same thing I said, Kimberly. I said the same thing. 5 hours to 7 hours is not that big of a deal. 24 hours is a whole different thing. Yeah, that's absolutely. I don't think I could. People told me I act like I'm drunk when I'm sleep deprived. Same. When I'm too sleep deprived, when I'm like very sleepy, I legitimately sound drunk. Like I legitimately sound and think and look drunk. If Cassie can do 24 hours, you can too. Maybe not. Maybe Cassie has amazing endurance. Took me a lot of hours to complete my homework. Well, are you done? Because then you can celebrate. You can relax and chill and celebrate that you're done with the homework. But I'm glad that you're done if you are, and if you're not, then don't worry, you'll be done soon. I believe in you. Ganbatte. 24-hour monetization streams. You're not going to finish the next stream. I am going to finish the next stream because I'm gonna do the lines outside of the stream, and then I'm only gonna have the hair. Sorry, the hair, the color, and the color is going to be simple because there's only 4 colors in here. There's only 4 colors. It's not gonna be complicated. I do think streaming has an effect on this. You dedicate 70% of your time in one way or another to streaming, and 70% of that time is off stream. Maybe, kind of. I mean, last year I wasn't streaming, so I could dedicate my entire July to Artfight. And this year I do have to cope it in with streaming and doing all of the streaming related things that one has to do. But that being said, from last year to this year, I've gotten so much faster. Like, you guys, you have no idea how much faster I've gotten. If you had seen me last year, oh god, you know? But yeah, the streaming does consume a lot of the time. Elyssia, I hope your hand doesn't hurt much. No, it doesn't, but I am going to stream right after I finish the stream. I'm going to stream. What did I say? Sorry, what did I just say? I'm going to stretch my hands right after I finish the stream. I'm going to do proper stretches. My mother tells me I'm a piece of all the time. No, I hope you don't mean that really. Is that true? I really hope not. Green T sat down and did a bunch of hand studies once. Maybe you should do that. Try that for practice. You know, I actually have done that before. And I did improve my handwork a lot with that. In fact, one of the hands didn't give me any struggles at all. And that's because of the practices that I've done in other times. But yeah, to get better hand positions and stuff, I should probably do another set of studies. Random guy, you're awesome. I'm so glad that you guys are liking each other, that you're getting like alliances and friendships in here. I'm so excited for how the drawing is coming out. Same. I'm actually really liking it. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for the stream. Thank you guys. Not giving your opponent time to counterattack. Giant snake brain strategy. The worst part is that definitely happens in our fight. Like, that definitely happens. If I attack someone in the very last days, like, that's it. They don't have the chance to attack me back. However, a lot of people end up attacking back the next year. But then again, next year we could be teammates and you would never know. So it's definitely a strategy. It's definitely a strategy. Which is why if I get any attacks, if I get any more attacks, I'm probably gonna save the revenges for the last days. So that I'm not attacking someone who won't get the chance to attack back, you know? Like, I'm probably going to be saving those as my opportunity for posting at the very last days of the art fight. No worries, not like I'm missing the model spin. I will bring it back. I will bring it back. Just not when I'm on stream. I need to start using more layers once I keep getting more used to digital. Listen, getting used to digital takes time. But yes, once you get used to digital, the layers can and will probably get completely out of hand. I don't agree with that. I don't see myself as awesome. Not yet, at least. Well, we see you as awesome. I made big mistakes in the past. I don't think I'd have done enough yet. Just a bit more time. Also, yeah, you can improve still. I'm very happy actually that you said not yet at least. It's not a permanent state. It's something you can definitely change. So I'm very, very glad that you're thinking about it that way. School is exhausting. Yes. Yeah, I know. Relax now. Relax. If you're done, then kick your feet back and relax and enjoy the rest of the day. Take those worries away and don't focus on them anymore. You guys are truly awesome. Every year feels like hell for now, but since I met all of you, things got extremely better. but also I'm really happy. I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you all, and thank you to Ellie for unconsciously making my day every time. Listen, I have tried to foster a very accepting and welcoming community, and I am so proud of you guys being that accepting and welcoming community that I hoped for you to be. You make me proud. All of you make me proud for how good of a community you've done this. You've made this. Whatever verb I'm supposed to use here. Double stream! No, yeah, tomorrow. The double comes from streaming tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's true. That's why I stopped trying to get along with her long ago. Oh my god. Well, in that case, as I said before, listen. Just, your parents, they don't necessarily need to, like, how do I say this without sounding bad? It's really important to remember that our parents, like, we don't owe them a good relationship if they don't put their foot forward or their tail forward or their anything else, slime forward. It's very important to remember that a relationship is a two-way street. So don't feel like you owe them anything. And hey, if your parents are not someone that you can have a good relationship with, there's people out there who will. You know? And also, there's people in here, in yourself. You are the most important person that has to like yourself. And you're going towards it. Slowly, with effort, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So, random guy, my teacher says I can't raise my hands. At least I subscribe to your channel. Thank you! I'm so glad! I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Snake Shifters. Welcome to the pit. We have a comfortable cave over here. I'm sure that you'll have a good time. You don't have to ever speak to your parents again once you're an adult. Yeah, and you don't need that. Of course, if the chance is good, if there is a good chance of like having a better relationship, that can also change. When I was in my puberty years, my relationship with my mother was terrible. Like, terrible. And then as I started maturing more and as I started growing more, I learned how to make that relationship work, and I put a lot of effort into it, but I managed to make it work. However, as I said before, it is a two-way street. If there's not the same amount of effort on the other side, you don't owe anyone anything. Anyone. There's a line you need to place that you need to let everyone know they shouldn't cross. And if they cross it, you're in your right to not interact with them. Exactly. You are very much allowed and encouraged to have your own boundaries and to have others respect them. I'm very proud of myself of what I have accomplished. Hell yeah! And I'm proud of you! That is great! That makes me very happy. Very happy to hear that. Okay, and with that being said, with all of that being said, I think it's time we go. I think it's time we finish this for today. I'm going to go now, and thank you so much for coming. I had a great time. Well, I had a great time. I didn't when I was drawing the hand. While I was drawing the hand, I was suffering. But other than that, I'm so happy with what I'm getting. Like, I'm so happy with how this is coming out. And yeah. I'll see you tomorrow for Shantae and the Seven Sirens. I forgot for the entirety of this week that I was supposed to go and farm for some money so that I could buy myself the armor thingy. So I'm gonna do that later as a wind down for the day. But I'll see you tomorrow for Shantae. Setting boundaries is important even with your family. 1000% agree. My parents know my plans for the future and accepted it. Now that I passed my lowest point, I have ambitions. And VTubers keep me motivated just by existing. You smile, I do the same. That makes me so happy. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, and I know that you can. Especially because you're saying it like in this way. You're saying it in the way that someone says it when they have their shit together. And you may not think that. You may not believe that. But I have met people who definitely have much less shit put together energy than you. So, You go. You keep going, okay? You go. Thank you for the stream. Take care, everyone. Thank you for the stream. Have a comfy evening. Exactly. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to drink water. Try to sleep 7 to 9 hours and eat nutritiously. And most important of all, be kind to yourself and others. All right. Take care. Take care, my snake shifters. Bye-bye.